He had already handed over all his money to the robber, but the guy noticed a cheap engagement ring and accidentally pulled the trigger, killing his fiancée on the spot. The robber panicked, turned and ran, leaving Hart frozen in place, staring in disbelief as his lover's body went cold. But strangely, Hart never called the police, never sought revenge. He just locked himself in his lab, solving equations all day, barely reacting when the butler called for meals. One day his friend came to visit, curious about Hart's strange behavior. Hart panicked, tried to make up an excuse to send him away, but that only made his friend more suspicious. When he noticed the curtain in the back, Hart freaked out. The friend agreed to leave, saying he'd return next week. Behind the curtain was Hart's secret project, a time machine covered in solid metal, radiating a full 1909 steampunk aesthetic. Hart stared at it, barely believing it was real, but the thought of saving his fiancée made him throw the lever without hesitation. What he didn't expect was how complicated time could be. As the machine reached full speed, 2 spinning rings released blinding beams of light. Hart placed his hand on the control stick, and time began to rewind, so fast he could see it moving. Suddenly, he was back, on the night of their date, but since another version of himself still existed in this timeline, he had to avoid being seen, and more importantly, avoid the robbery. So he sent Emma to wait on a busy city street, thinking she would be safe. But while he was buying flowers, Emma was killed by a runaway carriage. No matter what Hart tried, Emma died, again and again, always on that night. It didn't make sense. Desperate for answers, Hart decided to travel into the far future, to uncover a way to rewrite fate. He activated the machine once more, and the world around him began to shift, faster than his eyes could follow. Day and night flashed by in blinks. The plants in the lab grew and spread. The seasons changed in seconds,